Hey, what's going on, you guys? This is Madam, and I'm coming back to you once again. This time I'm going to go over to RadarOnline.com, and this is about a horrific premeditated incident. Georgia man unalives deputy wife and her brother to conceal double life and secret children. I will list the article, writer, and all of the details in the description as I always do. But the article starts off by saying a Georgia man was found guilty by a jury for the unaliving of his wife, who served as a Fulton County Sheriff's deputy, and her brother-in-law because the truth about his alleged infidelity was about to be exposed, Radar Online has learned. Around 10:20 p.m. on October the 21st, 2021, officers responded to a home in Covington and found the victim's 28-year-old Shakima Brown and her 30-year-old brother Levoy Brown unalived from gunshot wounds, as front page detectives reported. Police talked to Brown's husband, 30-year-old Jaquavia Jackson, at the scene, who told authorities that two unknown men entered the house and unalived his wife and her brother. During the investigation, authorities learned that Jackson and his wife were subpoenaed to appear in court the next day regarding a paternity test. Two women believed Jackson had fathered their children. However, Jackson allegedly had another individual complete the DNA test, pretending to be him. What? I know you. Prosecutors said this court date would have addressed the fake DNA test, and Jackson's wife would have learned the truth and extent of his lying and cheating. Child. Investigators also reviewed surveillance footage from a neighbor's and determined no one entered or exited the Covington home. Jackson reportedly called a neighbor on the morning of the fatal shootings and asked if his security camera system was working, but the neighbor said it was not, authorities said. Officials said Jackson fired a staged shot in his home to make it seem like he was shooting at intruders. Investigators determined Jackson shot his wife multiple times while she was wrapped in a blanket on the couch scrolling through her phone, and what District Attorney Randy McGinley called a horrific premeditated incident. I would think that it would be On July 28th, officials announced that a jury found Jackson guilty on 2 counts of each malice murder, felony murder, aggravated assault, and possession of a firearm during a felony in connection with the 2021 deaths of Shakima and Levoy. Jackson remains in custody and will be sentenced at a later date, officials said. And that is the end of the article right there. Truly heartbreaking, of course. Not only to know that, your significant other was not being totally honest and truthful, but for him to go to the extent just to cover it up when he could have just said, okay, I did this, I had this, all good things come to an end, regardless if you're doing it in the right way or the wrong way. I don't feel like it should have been a reason for him to, go to the extent to unalive 2 people simply because he couldn't keep it in his pants. And, that borders for me on the line of accountability. If you're going to go out here and do something, be able to stand on your square, with it, I mean, of course, you probably would have got a divorce and, you probably wouldn't have got nothing, depending on how that was set up or, whatever. But at the end of the day, all parties would have been able to walk away and they would have been able to start their new lives, and for the extent of him to you know, have somebody else, and I hope they charge the other person too, because that's crazy. To have somebody else go take a DNA test for you, and found a person that was willing to actually do it simply because you didn't want it to come out that you couldn't keep it in your pants and you may have fathered 2 children, which in this case is looking like he probably did, behind his wife's back, is truly utterly disgusting to me. I mean, you know, people stay in marriages for some of the craziest reasons. Some people do it for security. Some people do it, you know, just so they can have somebody to, you know, to fall back on. Some people do it for love. I mean, there's tons of reasons. Stability, to name another one, you know. But at the end of the day, if that's not where you want to be and you're truly not happy, then leave. Bro, I mean, whatever you lose, you will be able to get back. I think the thing is, for a lot of people, they just get so comfortable in these situations, and they feel like, well, if I leave this situation, or if I go find my true happiness, or whatever the case is, I'm just, you know, just putting out different scenarios. You know, they feel like, oh, I don't want to start over, or, you know, I mean, at some point, even if you are in a relationship and you choose to stay in a relationship but you're not happy and it's not fulfilling you, or whatever the case is, or you just want to step out, you need to be single. You need to be free. You know what I'm saying? You need to not have a title or a marriage license up underneath of you. Point blank, period. I mean, what happened to the days when people would just come and tell you what they want? Okay, you know, well, you know, I'm kind of lacking where I am, and, you know, I just want a partner, you know, for stability purposes, or I want a partner because, you know, I'm afraid to be alone and I don't want to be alone, and I'm still battling this trauma and that trauma, or whatever the case is, you know what I'm saying? Or I like to have multiple people. I like to have multiples. Is that something that you would be willing to? I mean, either a person gonna say yes or no. You know, I mean, it's not that hard. It's really not that hard. What makes it hard is that when people, you know, they become selfish and they feel like, okay, I can have my cake and eat it too. When karma hits everybody, the Most High see everybody. He see what everybody doing. Just because you got away with it for 1 year, 5 years, 10 years, 15, 20 years, however many, you know, long time, doesn't mean that all good things will come to an end, regardless if you're on the right side of the track or the wrong side of the track. Period. But I would like to know what you guys think. I'm truly disgusted by it. He should serve every day in jail. He should be charged with every charge that there is. And, you know, they should just lock his ass away and just essentially forget about him. For me, that's just my opinion, though. But let me know what you think. Drop down in the comment section. Chop it up with me. You know I love to hear from y'all. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share. And as always, thank you so much. I truly do appreciate you looking at my videos, commenting, etc. So with that being said, I will get with you guys in the next one.